Yeah, pretty crappy weather outside. Anyway, surprise, surprise, off to another trip back to Hong Kong for the biggest show of the year that may not turn out to be the biggest show of the year because the riots. You guys have seen what's been going on for the last few months. I know that the bill that the young people protested there has been canceled officially. So there is no extradition bill to China from Hong Kong. However, young people want more. They want full independence from China, which I think is going to be a tough one to swallow. I highly doubt China will allow that to happen. So for now, the riots are continuing. I know they're somewhat subdued at this point. Chinese military is at the border, ready to jump in any given time. But the show will be affected, I got to be honest with you, because some people are afraid to fly into sort of, I guess, a hostile environment. But it's not as hostile as the news makes it out to be. Because, you know, the news usually tend to show you the worst of the worst, right? But enough about that. Why am I dressed up this way? Before I fly off to Hong Kong, there's a little soiree that my buddy Joseph Bogart throws every year as a client appreciation party. So I'm gonna go there first. Tomorrow I'm being picked up at like 5 a.m. So I don't know how much sleep I'm gonna get tonight and what condition I'll be in, but I have a 17-hour flight ahead of me, so I'll definitely get some rest on a plane, that's for sure. In Hong Kong, I'm gonna try to show you some more show action. And you guys are always saying, show me more action, show me some more deals. I'm also taking Adrian with me. And me and him make a great duo on camera and off camera, to be honest, when it comes to business. So it's going to be a lot of fun. For now, I'm off to the soiree, show you a little bit of that. And 5 a.m., off to HK again.
Mrs. Smith, you ready?
I'm ready.
Baby,
Yes,
are you ready?
I am
For the
so
hashtag
ready.
boom.
I'm always ready, baby. Hashtag boom.
How do you feel about the fact that you got to get up at 4:30 a.m. tomorrow?
Okay, I'm a morning person.
Yeah, see, I'm not. That's the problem. Are you going to call me and wake me up?
And we want to just say thank you to all of you for supporting us and supporting our team. We're going to start raffling off the prizes now.
Last prize is a picture of Joe on his ass. All right, the winning number is 7047. Get the out of here. 7047. No way! Jesus Christ.
No, it's not. Yeah, really?
Let me see. I don't believe you.
What a
Oh my God, it's Roman Sharf!
When I got the raffle ticket, I expected to win because I am pretty lucky. That better be hung in your house.
How do you feel about traveling with all these old motherfuckers?
Great, man.
I mean, the ones behind us. I'm not talking about
How do you
us.
feel?
Oh, I
Travel
feel,
with me.
oh, I feel great. I feel
keeps you
young.
young.
I feel it keeps me young.
You know what I'm
We're gonna buy some shit in Hong Kong.
I'm gonna buy some shit in Hong Kong.
Well, I'm not.
I mean, you know.
I'll just follow you with the camera.
Yeah.
I'll just follow you with the camera. Here we go. Another 16.5-hour flight. Boys, welcome to Hong Kong. Who's excited?
Thank you. Very excited.
Who's excited?
I'm very excited. Very, very excited.
So here we are again, back in HK. We got on rather late this afternoon, so I didn't really go anywhere to visit any of my friends or dealer friends. So tonight's going to be dedicated to just a night out in the town with my business partner, Adrian, this year. Obviously, we're going to meet up with Ryan the Lion. And then, so tomorrow, Sunday, we'll go out and see a few dealers, see if we can pick up some deals. And Monday, we start the show, starting with the little show and then on to the big guy. As far as riots update, coming in, driving from the airport, didn't see any people on the street. I asked the driver if there are any demonstrations today, and he said no. I asked him if he sees any tomorrow. He also said no, there's some sort of festival going on right now, holiday. So I'm gonna see. I mean, I spoke to a lot of my clients, I spoke to a lot of dealers, and everybody, pretty much everybody flew in. Nobody canceled for the most part. Those there are actual vendors. Well, I guess only time will show whether or not clients show up at the actual shows. I'm hoping that everything stays safe for the sake of the people here. And obviously for the sake of the trade show that we're here to do. For now, we'll do a quick night out in the town, see what happens, see where it takes us. So we're now in Dai Bing. So you guys remember that place, Ping Pong, we always go to? That sells a little cool drink with bit ice cubes. So the owner, Juan, opened up this place. It's a new spot, looks pretty cool. I'm gonna go talk to him. Juan! So tell my viewers about your new place.
Hi,
This
how
is
are
the
you?
famous Juan
How are you?
that
How
owns
are
Ping
you
Pong, the best
How are you
gin
doing?
place in town. He decided to open another restaurant. So I want to show them the ice cubes. I have to show them the ice
Yes,
cubes.
please,
Let's
go
go
ahead,
look.
yeah.
Let's go look at the ice cube. Holy shit! Wow! So you make these out of this?
Yeah, exactly. It's a type of like directional freezing.
Wow! Look, my camera is freezing.
It's a type of freezer from
This
the
is
US.
awesome.
And then we cut the ice by hand and then like.
You know what? It's the thing about Juan and his restaurants. It's the little things. You know, he didn't have to go all this route to make this kind of ice, but he does anyway. I mean, not to mention that his drinks are kick ass. How do I get out of here? I'm freezing my ass off. This is the guy that makes the wonderful drinks.
Yes.
I mean, the ice is only like a small touch. There's the drinks themselves that really do it for us. Great job on the drinks, by the way. I'm gonna have a few more. Your boy knocked it out of the park with the ice cubes and the drinks and everything else. Take your hand away from your face.
I know.
Take. Okay, you want to go shopping for glasses with Arthur again? Coolest sunglasses in Hong Kong. Wait. I want to see the face reaction when you see them. I like it.
Oh no, I still have my splinter on my hand.
From the wooden glasses?
Wooden glasses. Be aware from fire and water, my friend.
It is a 9 a.m. Sunday morning. Hong Kong never sleeps. Off to our first appointment. This time we're going to be looking at some jewelry. Well, I'm not going to be looking at jewelry. He's going to be looking at jewelry. He's going to be looking at jewelry. And we're going to sit there and act like we know what the hell we're looking at.
It's still beautiful.
Hey, you guys.
Oh look. We came in and it's the direct competition. Watch box means luxury bazaar. Luxury bazaar. Okay. You ready? Game time, dude. Arthur looks like he's ready to live. So we looked at 646 watches and bought 3.
2.5.
We're gonna buy some shit in Hong Kong.
I'm gonna buy some shit in Hong Kong.
3. Watchbox looked, they're all the same thing. They bought 9. So Adrian's pants are falling off because he forgot his belt at home. So we're gonna go into buy him a belt. Adrian, pull your pants up. See, my boy's pants are falling off. He needs a belt.
Oh, okay.
Give him this one. Give him this one, Cindy.
Okay.
This one.
Well, this one discontinued already.
Any more big belt now?
I have something else.
How are you?
Other. Okay.
Only in Hong Kong, Louis Vuitton opens up at like 10 a.m. and stays open till 12 a.m. So Adrian got a belt. And how the f did I end up buying a sweatshirt and a shirt while I'm at it?
Well, we're not done yet.
It's Arthur's fault. Speaking of which, where the f is
Shopping.
The problem is he's looking for XXX shirts in Louis Vuitton in China. That tends to be an issue. And here we go, day 1 of the little show. The quiet before the storm. We'll go see if I can find my booth. Let me go see if I can find my booth.
Me 2 times, who got that nickname because he said everything twice, like...
I'm gonna go get the papers, Early birds catch the worm, you know what I'm saying?
Early bird, what now? Is this us or is this us? It's gonna be an exciting one today, boys! You think we can handle?
These here?
Yeah. Alcohol? How many do you think?
Minimum 2 each.
Minimum 2 inch. Boys, come put it. Here we go. I don't know about these birthday present looking things, but that piece of meat right there. Apparently all this foreplay was soup. Been quiet on camera the last couple of days, and the reason for that is because it has been quiet. The little show wasn't much to write home about, as they say. I mean, we still sold a few things here and there, but business is not as usual, again, due to the protests that are going on in Hong Kong today. Basically, in a situation where a lot of buyers, got scared off by the stuff they saw in the news. And believe me when I tell you, it's not as bad as it is. I've been out in the town, hanging out, going out. Haven't really seen anything crazy. The reason for that, because these protests apparently follow a schedule. Literally have a schedule when they come out and protest and so on and so forth. And the next protest on the schedule is going to be this Saturday, where they're going to probably block off both islands. So the show is probably going to be completely dead. But I'm a very positive person, so I never ever give up, and I always keep chugging away. So what do we do when the show is not great and the sales are down? It's called buying yourself out of the show. What you do is try to get out there, you try to find a bunch of deals to purchase, which you in turn obviously can sell, make a profit, and therefore, recoup expenses and actually make it a profitable show. Speaking of expenses, you would not believe what it cost us just to land at Hong Kong. Between armored shipping, insurance, hotels, flights, dinners, blah, blah, blah. The show itself, or two shows rather, obviously paid to display there as well. Total cost is indeed 100 grand. So what do? I manage the little show, buy a few things, sell them right away, trade out of some things, sell a few things. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get to the show, get my goods and show you some of the stuff that I bought. I mean, this is the show's attempt at preventing crowds from rushing in. This is it right here, check this out.
Going to build a wall.
I don't know how many people that thing will stop, but I guess they think that should work. Okay, now to go grab our stuff, set up, and then I'll show you guys some things. How do we buy our way out of a show? Alright, so in the last show, the little show, it all started with the purchase of the AP Tourbillon helicopter. We bought the helicopter, traded in for a bunch of watches, bought 2 Royal Oaks Rose Gold Chrono, 1 blue dial, 1 white dial, which we then sold. Actually, let me show you. Let's see. We also bought a LeBron. We sold the 2 Royal Oaks. We also bought the LeBron. I mean, I know you guys know what that looked like, but let me just do it for shits and giggles. We got the LeBron, which is sold. We also got the Jean Todd, which is also sold. And again, when I say sold, some of these things sold here, like this variant was sold here, the Royal Oaks was sold here. The Jean Todd is actually sold at home. What else did we pick up? Be right back. So what else was there? Picked up this, and what seemingly is your regular titanium ultra chronograph. It's not. This is actually a limited edition of 40 pieces made in stainless steel. And this tourbillon is a pretty rare find. It's something I knew existed, but never actually had one, so I'm pretty psyched about this one. Today's market, this thing will probably sell in the low 100s, where if you think about it, that's not a bad deal for this offshore turb. Got some hot pieces, got some Paddocks. We bought a 5980 rose gold and we sold it. We bought another 5980 in stainless steel and we sold it. Still have a 5712 that I picked up and a 5726. Since I did the last video on the market updates, Paddocks probably dropped a good 20 to 25%. And when I say dropped, I shouldn't say dropped. I should say they took a correction because they were just way through the roof. Last update, I told you guys the 5980 rose gold was trading at 185,000. It was. The one we sold at this show was sold for 155. So you can sort of see that the market did take a correction with that side. Picked up some oldies but goodies. I picked up a Longia 1 Tourbillon limited edition. They made for the year 2000. They made these in the rose gold as well as the platinum. And I picked this watch under 60,000. How could I not? I mean, this is a watch that in its heydays it traded over 100, and still a great watch. Love Longia. I think this is a great pickup. Speaking of hot stuff, AP double balance still holding strong at double its retail value. And again, I told you guys that You know, oftentimes I don't buy into the hype, but that doesn't mean that I don't buy and sell these hot pieces. I don't get a chance to show them to you often because they go in and out quickly. In fact, by the time this video airs, I highly doubt that I'll have the double balance or the 2 steel paddocks that you see here. Oh, QE2, a Queen Elizabeth limited edition offshore. Impossible to find this watch anywhere. I had a few calls for it back in August. We could never find one. I physically found one. I paid through the roof for it. This thing will be selling for 60 grand, and good luck finding one of these guys. Another one, which is a great pickup, and literally I picked this up at a smoking price. I'm not sure, I may have shown you guys this watch before. The skeleton tourbillon titanium with that gray finish, which is a pretty ridiculous watch. This watch will be selling for around 150,000. This was another great pickup. Another watch that you don't find lying around, quote unquote, often. Let's see. Oh, here's another oldie but a goodie. The AP Buemi. This is the one older offshore that's still sort of holding strong in that mid to high 20s. The reason I picked it up is just because it's good looking offshore, you know, and nowadays, you know, with the newer offshores trading at around that $30,000 price range, I felt that the Buemi was a good pickup as well. Don't think I left the ladies out. Picked up a bunch of lady stuff. The best looking one, in my opinion, is a Frank Mueller double mystery. I've showed you double mysteries before, but this one is special. This one is with the baguette bezel. And this watch is just fire. I mean, wow, look at it. Retails around 180,000, I think, and selling for around 60,000, which is a pretty decent deal. Picked up a beautiful Van Cleef watch. Again, these are actually, believe it or not, very, very hard to come by. Van Cleef watches are mainly the sold for the boutique. The few authorized deals that they have, and they make very, very few watches, so these guys don't actually discount much. The Lover's Bridge watch, you'd be hard pressed to find one for more than 10 to 15% off retail. Something like this is probably a little more of a discount, maybe like 30 off, just because it's not the most popular timepiece. It would probably, the Fairy and the Lover's Bridge would be the most popular out of this series. Of course, RMs, ladies RMs, are still selling like hotcakes. Here's a couple of 37s for you. One full pave in rose gold and another blue with the diamond dial. A couple $100 grand, $100,000. Yeah, Richard Mille is still staying strong. And by the way, as I was telling you in making this video, Adrian brought up the fact that he bought another 5980 on the bracelet. We sold one, and guess what? He just handed me another one. So we did pick up another one. I'm gonna do my best to get rid of all the paddocks, probably here, or at least pre-sell them back home before the show is up, because the market is shifting downwards. So these type of pieces, yes, they're hot, they're in demand, but you still want to be careful not to take a hit. Which, contrary to all belief, we do take hits on watches as well. They don't always make money. Now, I told you guys we bought ourselves out of the show, but that doesn't mean we're not selling. We're still selling okay considering the conditions. With the protests and the riots going on, like I said, it was more of a scare than anything else. They are saying there's one scheduled for this Sunday. Show might be closed because of it. But for now, you know, we're still chugging away. Some of our clients are here. Luckily, some of our big clients are here. That allowed me to sell off some of the bigger pieces to make it overall for a good show. But as I said, when the show is not as great, when sales is not as high, when it's a bit slow, the biggest, one of the biggest things we're able to do is buy ourselves out of the show by picking up all these pieces, and all the pieces that I mentioned that we've sold. We managed to make a profit based on what we bought, and the profit will keep on giving because whatever it is I do take home and make profits on just makes this for a great show. Because in reality, if I wasn't at this show, I wouldn't have picked up a bunch of stuff, and I wouldn't have sold it back at home and made the profits that I made. I'm not telling you about jewelry. Obviously, there's also a whole lot of jewelry that we bought at the show. The office that I was at, where Watchbox was there buying pre-owned watches, we bought a bunch of jewelry there as well as a couple of other offices that we visited. Plus, a lot of the vendors here, when the show is slow, they get up, they start walking around other people's booth, and we do business among each other, which also is a big deal in regards to, you know, adding to the bottom line of the show. As I said, it cost me $100 grand to land in Hong Kong, so I'm not going to sit on my ass. I'm going to get out there, hustle and bustle, and make some things happen in order to make the show profitable.
Yo, what's up, YouTube? It's VIP Vol here, checking in from Hong Kong, taking over the vlog today. So while Roman was working the show, I hit the streets of HK just to do a little bit of shopping. the Richard Mille RM1103 JT, also known as the Janto. I mean, who really knows what the proper way to call it is? All I know is that this piece is just straight fire. So on the bed, we got a light pickup today, nothing too crazy. Just a few pieces at good deals I decided to pick up. The always classic 5980 rose gold. Got a ladies RM37 in white gold. Got the 42 mil Royal Oak offshore rose gold. Got the 41 millimeter Royal Oak chrono in rose gold with the chocolate dial, chocolate strap. And we got the new 15500 ST in steel with the gray dial. And my favorite pickup of the day, the gorgeous Richard Mille RM30 in rose gold. Hope you enjoyed the pickups. Now bringing it right back to Sharf.
So besides buying ourselves out of the show at the show, sometimes you gotta get back to the basics and hit the pavement running. I stayed at the show. Adrian and Arthur ran out to TST, hit a bunch of offices, bought a bunch of things, sold a bunch of things, made a decent profit while I was at the show doing what I had to do. So when things are slow, never be ashamed to hit the pavement. Never forget where you came from, and don't forget to hustle. And that's what this business is all about. For now, as a tradition, we go to Mr. Kebab. How do you feel about Mr. Kebab?
I love Mr. Kebab, to be honest. It's one of my favorite places in Hong Kong.
But there's no alcohol.
It's okay, listen, we'll think I'm an alcoholic or something?
Yes.
No.
We'll go have a drink afterwards.
But every time I go to dinner, I must drink something?
You always drink something.
You would like to?
No, now I'm gonna drink mint and lemon juice.
Yeah, these halal places also don't serve liquor. Mint and what?
Mint and lemon.
Yeah, can you do me a favor? Can you skip me on that? Not a big fan, not a big fan. I am a big fan of that goddamn lamb though. Mustafa, remember, very important, no spitting. You cannot spitting in this building. Hello everyone and welcome to another edition of What's on My Table. About 60 kilos of meat.
Indeed.
We're done with dinner. I'm at the room, we got an interesting note slid under my door. Dear guests, current demonstration situation in Hong Kong. We would like to inform you about the potential upcoming protests in Hong Kong. The details are as follows. Saturday, that would be tomorrow. New territory is Yung Long after 7 p.m. We strongly recommend that you avoid the protest sites. The safety and security of our guests and colleagues are of the utmost importance to us. We're monitoring the situation closely. In addition, we anticipate possible unplanned protests. Interesting. So, we have a flight at 12:30 a.m. Monday morning, so technically Sunday night. That's not good. And we still have tomorrow and Sunday at the show, and if the protest starts on Saturday, that will definitely affect the show. So we're going to continue buying our way out of the show because I don't foresee a whole lot of customers coming in tomorrow, or certainly not Sunday. On that note, I'm still a positive guy, so I'm going to stay positive. I'm sure we'll still have a great show. And since the protests are coming to Hong Kong Island, I might even get some footage of it. Not that I'm looking forward to it. Good night. Wait. No. Everybody, Mark, the Sharf. Mari, you're 72 years old. I think it's time you start dressing appropriately. How's business? I know, but how's business? Hey. Business good? A little slow. Well, some people didn't show.
I sold that some
What are we buying? How much? 50,300. Nice. Trade with me for 5102. Yeah. You have? You have? No, you have. I don't have. What do you don't have? I saw. You said you sell 155. Yeah. 165.
I saw that. So I take it in trade.
So how, I buy it again from the customer and I give it to you?
Yeah.
But still I don't take my drug.
No, not yet.
Tomorrow morning.
We are in a pretty fancy Chinese restaurant at the Grand Hyatt in Wan Chai. Did you order it? Of course, we gotta get the duck. The issue at hand is they don't have the picking knot because somebody didn't order it ahead of time. I won't point any fingers when they made the reservation. So therefore, we're sticking with picking chicken. You ever heard of picking chicken? Neither have I.
Well, with the crispy chicken skin and chicken meat.
What is this picking chicken? We can't eat knot.
Listen, let's try.
You can try. Very good.
Yes?
Yes.
What else do you have?
I don't like it, I don't pay. That's it.
It's okay, I pay. Don't worry. So apparently, you gotta order the picking duck ahead of time, a day in advance. So we got like the discount picking done, aka the picking chicken.
This is like what the Turkish soap opera. It's like 95 episodes of this.
Hello everybody, and welcome to another edition of What's on My Desk. Today we're hanging out at, what's the name of this place? At the Grand Hyatt. Arthur, you got something to say?
Nothing.
Adrian?
Nothing.
I said all I have.
Everybody are speechless.
He does all the talking for us.
He invited a couple of customers. Take this thing out of my face.
It is Monday, 10:30 a.m. My flight leaves at 6:20. Car's picking me up at 3, so I got about 5 hours to kill in Hong Kong. My partners actually went on to Spain, and I mentioned in one of my last videos that I was going to try to make it to Ryan the Lion's wedding. Y'all remember Ryan the Lion that lives here? His wedding is in Spain, Tenerife. So our boy Ryan the Lion is getting married. He brought this from Pune. Check out my boy Arthur.
I like it. I must say, I do like it.
It fell smack on my daughter's birthday, who's turning 4 in 2 days. There was no way I was gonna miss that, but shout out to Ryan and Elsa. Congratulations, guys. I'm sorry I missed it, but I'll see you back in Hong Kong or US, and I'll be sure to give you a big, great hug. For now, I guess I'm just gonna go roam around Hong Kong and try to kill 5 hours. Maybe stop by and get some oodles and noodles or something. Small change of plans, just got a call from Sarah. We received a huge Gucci deal that we bought. They came in this morning. So rather than roaming around, I'm going to go back to our office, check that out, help her sort it out, and then head back. Normally when we get around HK, we use Uber. Of course, the easiest way to get to the other side, meaning from Hong Kong Island to Kowloon Island is the ferry. I like the ferry ride. You get to see both islands on a clear day. It's a great view. It's funny, no matter how many times you see the Hong Kong skyline, whether it's during the day or during the night, it's like seeing it for the first time every time. It never disappoints. So why do we have our office in TST? Well, TST is sort of like 47th Street in New York. Anyone who's anyone in our business either has an office at TST, a store in TST, or some sort of a location in TST. There's probably not hundreds of millions, billions of dollars worth of watches and jewelry packed in the area that's probably 1 square mile. TST is also an area where not great market dealers like myself are concentrated. It's also the largest concentration of authorized dealers for pretty much every brand under the sun. If you want it, they definitely got it. This is the city of dreams, as they call it. If you have the money to spend, you can certainly spend it here. This is actually a decent building. It's right across from the Langham Hotel, next to Shangri-La Hotel. A lot of the high-end hotels like the Peninsula as well is across the street. I told you before, it's pretty tiny, but unlike many other buildings, the elevator is air conditioned. Sarah!
Hello.
Long time no see. Oh shit, this is it? Okay.
Have fun.
Are they serious with this?
This shit like this?
How do they even ship it like that? I don't get it.
I have no idea.
Are those boxes empty? Can you see?
No, with stuffing. So some of them actually like this, some of them like this, and some of them like this.
It's going to take 17 days. And I got an hour. So, I helped Sarah put a little dent into this repacking project. But I need to leave now and go to the airport. Bye.
Bye bye.
Due to the protests and the stuff that happened at the airport before, I'm sure you guys saw that on the news, every single entrance is like heavily barricaded and you have to actually show your boarding pass and passport before you get into the terminal. Except I don't have a boarding pass, so I need to get to the terminal to get one, so we'll see what happens.
I don't have my boarding pass, but I have to get it inside.
This is awesome. Show the guy my passport, he's like, you got an e-ticket? I'm like, no. He's like, just show me something else. I pull out my phone, he's like, okay, you're good to go.